Hi, I'm Gerald Wessels, and welcome once again to my real estate channel. We've been dealing with this series of 30 real estate videos in 30 days, 30 real estate questions. And today we're going to deal with a topic that I'm really excited about. Of course, I enjoy this particular part of real estate these days, and that is, I've entitled it, Videos That Will Help Sell Your Home. A video on videos that will help sell your home. Stay tuned as we look at this very interesting subject. So several years ago, I had a stepson living with us temporarily, and while living here, I noticed a very rare thing, and that was, it seemed like he never watched regular network TV. He was always looking at his iPhone and watching videos on iPhone. Now, you know, as a 60-some-year-old man, I couldn't understand it. I mean, why would you watch a video on a little dinky phone when you had a 72-inch TV that you could watch the exact same thing? Well, it was just because I was behind the times. And something that you need to remember if you're getting ready to sell your house, the buyers already know it, but if you're getting ready to sell your house, you are going to need to have videos that show your house, because people are going to want to see your house on video oftentimes before they purchase it. And it'll make more sense as I talk to you about the different kinds of videos that should be made these days to help sell your home. Now, the first one to me is the least interesting, but it's the one that everybody does. I just call them the in and out videos. You've seen it before. There are software programs that take the pictures that they have professionally, hopefully you've used a professional photographer, shot of the house, and there's a software program that puts a little bit of elevator music with it, and you know, the pictures just go in and out. It's almost automatic with most brokerages these days, and you're going to be able to see it's a little bit more gratifying, I think, than just looking through the pictures, because there's some music and you see these pictures, you know, kind of going in and out, and maybe some text and things like that. But that's just automatic, and needless to say, I believe everybody should have something like that going on. Now, secondly, and if you haven't thought about it, you're gonna see that there's a subtle difference between the second point and the first point. The second one is what I call just walkthrough videos. There's different kinds of programs, but these are programs where somebody comes in, oftentimes the front door, and they walk through every room of the house in a continuous sequence or a continuous video, so you can see as close as possible, other than being there, what the house is really like. Now, these are tremendously important, especially in the time of the pandemic. Yes, we have people who are buying houses sight unseen based on these kinds of videos. I almost just call them pandemic videos because they are so popular these days, and there's a number of software programs that people use to produce them, different kinds of cameras, and I believe definitely if you have a more expensive house in this market, you need to have one of these kinds of videos. Now, the third kind of video that I am going to call a Gerald Wessels original. I'm sure there's other people doing it, but I started making videos where I would go into the house. This is in addition to the first two. I would go into the house and I would highlight 4 or 5 things that I think really make this particular listing stand out. You know, I just carry the camera with me, and it's almost like a personal interview, and they were things that I was really honest on. I thought, wow, this kitchen is really spectacular, or this in-suite is spectacular. This shop would be someplace that any man would love to work in. And those kinds of videos I shoot for every one of my listings, especially the ones that have been maybe on the market for a while and haven't got noticed enough. Of course, in this market, that's rarely happening. But I just, I don't know what to call them. You could say the 4 or 5 things of special interest concerning this house. Now, the fourth video is one that I want to spend a lot of time on, and I'll just call it a professional video that uses both stills and possibly a drone. Yes, I know I'm a bit of a geek on this. I do have a drone. I don't get to use it as much as I want to use it because, well, there is a commercial liability if you're using it to make some money, and you have to have a different kind of license. But let me just talk to you about why I think this video is so important. I watched a video several years ago, and this agent had a listing that was in a country club. Now, I want you to picture with me, he so strategically started with just a picture of the house. And in those days, I thought this is a $300,000 house. And so he takes off with the drone and he goes over the roof of the house, and he shows that the house is right on the golf course. Well, immediately I thought, no, this house is now worth $350,000. It's not just a standard house, but it's a house right on the golf course. Well, then he did something else. He turns the drone, he goes up one of the golf course holes, and he gets to the country club, and he shows what the country club is like, their tennis courts, the swimming pool, the real nice area that it's located in. All those things visually showed the buyer what kind of house they were getting and neighborhood if they were to move there. Wow. It shows just how much a professionally shot video can add to certain properties. Now, when do I think that you ought to have a professional video shot? Well, if you have a more expensive home, it may not include a drone, but it might. And then if you have, let's just talk about a house that maybe is a ranch where you have a long driveway and you can take the video over the land showing the long driveway, or if you have a beautiful pond on this particular property. All of those items can help get maximum value out of one of your listings. So when you get ready to do list your next house, remember that you need an in and out video. You need to have some kind of walkthrough video. As long as this pandemic is around, you need a walkthrough video. Number 3, well, you may not have Gerald Wessels as your listing agent, I hope so, but you need to have that video, I think, of 4 or 5 special things about your house. And then, of course, number 4, if it's a very expensive property that has a unique item on it, you need to hire somebody to do a professional video. Now, there's a whole lot of other videos that agents are doing, and I think that they're very important. And of course, I'm doing this is sort of like a bonus video, but a lot of our agents, myself included, when you're doing an open house, you might do a live video. You know, here we are, we're at 123 Banana Street, and here's this nice house. I want you to come by. If you've got several thousand people in your Facebook friends, it might be very, very good for you to do something like that. All these things to get maximum value out of your house. Well, I want to remind you, as I've said each week, nothing I say here is to be construed as legal advice. Talk to your real estate agent, talk to your professional videographer. Get the best advice you can get on how to get maximum value out of your house. Also, remember that I do help people, because I am a real estate agent, to buy, sell, and invest in residential and commercial real estate. And if you need somebody to help you in that area, it'd be my pleasure to do so. And then also you help me, of course, by liking these videos, by hitting the bell so that when a new video comes out, you're notified of that. And of course, a subscription always brings extra value, and I appreciate it dearly. And so I hope that you'll stick with me, and we'll see you with the next real estate video.